ask a question in relation to the National Famine Memorial or Commemoration Day, which firstly I just want to pay tribute to the Committee for Commemoration of Irish Famine volunteers who have done a huge amount of on-the-ground campaigning work to push for proper, appropriate commemoration of the famine. And a part of that is pushing for a full recognised state day, which has a consistent date in the calendar. There was obviously a bill passed at second stage in the last stall in relation to this. It was commemorated last Sunday. The Minister was present. So I just want to ask whether, one, the National Famine Commemoration Day will be brought into the Minister's responsibility, your department. Two, that we will have a fixed day that will be consistently the same every year. I understand that it will be the third Sunday of every May. And then finally, to ask, the Minister in a PQ has suggested to me that in 2021 it will be held in Buncrana in Donegal. Just to confirm that will be held on the third Sunday in May in Buncrana. Thanks.
Yeah, I do remember there was a bill in relation to the National Famine Commemoration. It was a real shame that it couldn't be held in Buncrana this year, because obviously they were looking forward to it. Last year we were in Sligo. It rained for the entire afternoon, but it's always very poignant. The Taoiseach did it with me last year. I think it's an important commemoration. This year I felt there was a lot more attention that went towards it. I think that may well be because of COVID-19 and the fact that people relate to a certain extent more with the famine than they did. Often people look at it as something abstract that happened only in 1845 to 1849 and doesn't have any impact to them on a day-to-day basis. Whereas now they realise that people, can die from, it's not dysentery and smallpox and famine fever that they died from, 100 years ago or more. They can die from COVID-19, and I think that's why it was such a success. It does fall under my remit. I was very pleased with the attention that it got this year. I've always felt that the famine, to a certain extent, it would be wrong to say has been neglected, but I just don't think it has, perhaps, is in people's consciousness in the way that it should be. And I think that this year people realised how poignant it is and how important it is to commemorate it. Although our commemorations this year are primarily focused on Cork. I launched that programme the 2nd of January. We're trying to work with Cork City Council and Cork County Council in terms of the election of Tomás McCurtain and some of the assassinations that happened in Cork, and in terms of how we can try and commemorate those. And there are obviously other commemorations that are happening later in the year. There's the burning of Cork and many others. So we'll be doing everything we can to work with them in terms of how we can commemorate adequately in a social distancing world.
Just ask for confirmation that it will be the third Sunday of May every year, and that will be the case for the event in Buncrana in 2021.